In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to organize large discrete data by doing this problem. And the problem says that Dion sampled the ages from the list of Georgia millionaires and observed the following data. So the numbers in this data set represent ages of millionaires in Georgia. Um, First thing we need to acknowledge is that this is um, quantitative data, not quantitative. And quantitative data can be further subdivided into discrete and continuous. And this particular data set is discrete. And we know that discrete can be further divided into small discrete and large discrete. And small and large refers to the number of possible answers to the question, or in this case, the number of possible values in the data set. And this particular data set will be classified as large discrete because we can see how the ages range from 42 or from 40 all the way up to 92. So it's a large range. As the opposite to asking the ages in the middle school environment where ages are ranging from what 12 to 16 or something like this. So again, we acknowledge that it's large discrete data. So let's analyze it. To analyze it, we are going to create a frequency distribution table and histogram. To create the frequency distribution table, if instructions weren't given, we would have to come up with our own grouping system or arrangement. But in this case, the grouping instructions are given, so we're going to go with it. Lower limit 30 means we're going to start at 30, and the class width 20 means we're going to be repeatedly adding 20 to 30, and so on and so on and so on. So 30 plus 20 is, oops, 30 plus 20 is 50. 50 plus 20 is 70. 70 plus 20 is 90. 90 plus 20 is 110. So this is our class structure. So we're going to use it to create the frequency distribution. First, the class will be from 30 to 50, from 50 to 70, 70 to 90, and 90 to 100. Although these numbers are present 2 times in this table, we know that 50 belongs to this class, not this class, if we ever see number 50, and so on. Same applies for 70, 90, and so on. So let's do tally. From 30 to 50, I'm sorry, let's start from the data set, right? Instead of looking for all the numbers between 30 and 50, let's go through every element in the data set and find the place for it in this table. 72 goes here, 92 goes here, 48 goes here, 66 goes here, 63 goes here, 44 here, 68 here, 42 here, 72 here, 72 here, 48 here, 70. 70 goes here, not here. 92 here, 85 here, 39 here, 48 here, 74 here, 59. Oops, double counted. So 59 goes there, 65 goes here, 83 goes here, 63 goes here, 44. Again, it's a pretty boring process but it's a necessary step on your way to learning statistics. Like everyone should experience the act of doing statistics, which is this. And now that I started talking, I lost count. Did I add the 61? I think I didn't, but we'll check later. 69, 84, and 61. Let's sum it up. So we have 9, 14, 10, 11. And how many observations we have? 5. We have 10, 20, 35. Let's see, does it add up to 35? Sorry, there's 11 here. That's hilarious. It's not 11, it's 2. What totally looks like 11. So this is going to be my frequency. 9 plus 14, 23, 33, 35. So it matches the total. So that's good news. From here, we can go into the next step and compute relative frequencies by taking each of these frequencies and dividing it by 35. But again, the problem is not asking for it. So while the process is clear, we are not going to do it. What we are going to do is constructing histogram. To construct histogram, I'm going to use this scale on the x-axis, and I'm going to add the frequency scale on the y-axis. My largest frequency is 14, so I'm going to go in increments of 5 all the way to 15, and then here we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. A bar going or corresponding to the first category from 30 to 50 will go from 30 to 50 in its base and all the way up to 9. So this is what it's going to look like. The next bar will go from 50 to 70, and it will be of height 14. So this is what it's going to look like. The next bar will be of height 10, and the next bar will be of height 2. So this is what we call histogram. And this is what we call frequency distribution table. And now we are ready to answer the questions on the left. Frequency table, let's find the one that matches the class structure. Looks like this one is a perfect match. And let's find the histogram that matches ours. And as always, even though it's a multiple choice question, I always recommend doing all the work and then matching the right answer. Let's press submit. Let's get the credit. Hold on. This, oh my goodness. What a blunder. Of course it's this one, right? Submit. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to try a similar question, look for the link in the description to this video.